Hello, English language learners. We are here for English language speaking practice. I'm going to take this time off here because we don't need the 5 minute countdown. But how are you? I hope you're having a great day wherever you are in the world. Let's have a chat. If you want to have a chat, let me know in the comments, and we can talk about whatever you want. Sort of with this sort of narrow screen here, I always get confused what part I'm supposed to be at. So if I just sit in the center, it actually works just fine. But there we go. So we're going to chat about whatever topics. I've randomly picked Fiji, as you do. I thought, let's have a look at what's making news in Fiji. Because I don't actually know much about what's happening in Fiji. I can see though, this is a website or a newspaper. I'm not sure if it's just an online newspaper or if it's like a printed newspaper as well called Fiji Village. But certainly it's described as an English language publication. So, but how many there are, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the native language of Fiji is. Do you know? If you do know, let me know in the comments. I'm interested to know what the language is. I have no idea, which is not good. So, but I can see that it is the date there currently would be the 20th of February at the moment of speaking at this live show. It's just as 4 minutes to midnight. There you go. 4 minutes to. I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. In fact, I think either my time is wrong or their time is wrong. But I don't have like 4 minutes to at the moment. I have a slightly different time. I know some places have like weird sort of time synchronization. I know like in Australia, Adelaide, for example, South Australia, and a little piece of New South Wales with called Broken Hill. They have like a half an hour, like a 30-minute time difference. So that's a little bit weird, but certainly like not a 4 minute time difference. That would be a bit strange. But I think maybe just when I loaded this, the time was out. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's not a live clock. Is perhaps what it is. But anyway, the temperature was 24 degrees, which I guess that's quite pleasant, isn't it, for like around midnight? And there are clouds. It seems to say. So let's have a look. I mean, there's lots of the common news in terms of what's happening around the world. There's going to be lots of local stuff, and so let's actually see what this one actually looks sort of somewhat interesting. I'm not sure if I'm not sure it says I'm not sure if it's eco or Ico. I assuming it's an I, isn't it? That first letter. Ico singer Justin Wellington. Do you know just? I don't know Justin Wellington, but then again, I don't know a lot of singers. I'm assuming it's a singer because I could read ahead and go. Justin Wellington shoots his music video in Fiji. That let's have a look if that's anything to write home about, shall we say? So we go. This has got some interesting places where. So I guess that's one way you can look at different places, isn't it? You see where their links are. So they're sharing their top 4 sharing places seems to be Facebook, Twitter.com, otherwise known as X, Messenger, I guess from Facebook, I guess you would say, or something like that. And this last one, that's Viber, isn't it? I think that's Viber. I can't think of the last time where I saw Viber. Certainly in the top 4 of things. Maybe I'm not sure how common Viber is in your part of the world, but in my part, I don't know anyone who uses Viber, to be honest. It's one of those things where, like when you've got contact with people, and it's like you you have, like, for example, you have their messenger, and then it's like you got WhatsApp, you got their phone number, you can send messages to them, but then you gotta have all these other contacts for, I'm not sure why, just because you want to be, connected across all possible means. Now, I'm not sure if Viber is just a messaging service or if it's other stuff as well. But there we go. So let's assume it's called Ico. So Justin Wellington shoots his music video in Fiji. There's Justin. That's a fantastic shirt that Justin's wearing there. It seems to have like a sort of a necklace with some beads or something like that. PNG born and raised recording artist and singing sensation Justin Wellington is the picture. PNG will be, yes, like it says here, Papua New Guinea. Well, I say Papua New Guinea. I'm not sure it's supposed to be Papua, but yeah, Papua New Guinea. Born and raised recording artist and singing sensation Justin Wellington is in Fiji shooting a music video with Communication Fiji Limited's Magic Factory. It's interesting they mentioned that. Maybe I'm not sure if this is like a famous company in Fiji, but yeah, maybe they're. It's one of those things. Maybe they're like a sponsor or something, or they support her, or they have advertising or stuff. So they say the company, and then the product. Let's say, but it's interesting. What I get then again, I guess I suppose it's not too uncommon, is it? Like you do see with some things, you see like I don't know, what do you see? You see like Alphabet sometimes when they talk about, like in the business sort of section normally though, but like Alphabet and Google, or Meta talking about Facebook and things like that, ByteDance talking about TikTok and so forth. But anyway, the Magic Factory. I wonder what they do in the Magic Factory. I assume that maybe there's like a performance studio of some sort. Wellington is now based out of Australia. Says people will probably know him for his signature song Ico, My Bestie, featuring Small Jam. It's interesting that that the artist says why people would know him best. It's it's an interesting thing. People know. How do people know you? People know me because of my song, blah blah blah. That's an interesting thing. Have you ever been part of a music video or something like that? I remember I went to where was I? I think I was in Vietnam. I was in Hanoi, and they were. I thought there were these people and they were filming a video clip, and I searched the song, and I saw it on the app like Shazam, and I searched it and I go, oh, okay, and I thought, oh, this could be the group doing the video clip here. Oh, wow, that's fantastic. And I thought, wow, this is fantastic sort of. What are the chances? Great sort of luck to bump into them, so to speak. And I thought, and I was telling everyone, oh, I met this. Well, I guess I exaggerated a little bit. I met this group, or I saw this group doing their video clip and stuff. And then a few weeks later, when I looked on YouTube, I saw what it was. I didn't realize this was such a big thing. It was just a what do you call it? Maybe like a tribute. Well, I guess a tribute recording is probably the way to say it. So it's like a group, like in this case, it was like a dance group, and they do a recording of the choreography for that particular song. So they obviously rehearse, and then they. I'm not sure if it's always the case, but they go to a public space and they do that. So maybe you're listening to this going, yeah, come on, this is happening everywhere. But this was like 5 years ago, maybe something like that, and I hadn't really seen that. Like I'd seen people sort of, performing to songs, but not like with the whole sort of. They had like 3 or 4 video cameras and stuff. Like it was quite professional sort of looking production that they had. But then again, I don't know how professional is, but it looked as an amateur, as someone who doesn't know, it looked professional. But anyway, yeah. So it was just a tribute. So it wasn't actually the group. So why am I saying that? Oh, okay, yeah. So have you ever been in a music clip or or I suppose on TV for that matter, or witnessed a video clip or something being filmed that was then on the big screen, so to speak? So like even like a movie or that sort of thing. I've seen like a few things, but I don't really remember what they were. Like it was nothing like super significant, I guess we could say. But I have seen like famous people and stuff around. But in terms of actually filming something that would then later be a big thing, I just can't. I can't think of anything super major. I'm sure I've seen something. Oh, actually, no. I was at there's an Aussie group. They're not. I don't think they're going anymore now. A few people have passed away and stuff from the group. There's an Aboriginal group called Yothu Yindi, and they did their the video clip, most of the video clip for their song Japana, Sunset Dreaming, was filmed at as a concert called the Concert for Life. And I was there along with, I don't know, like 90, 100,000 other people in Sydney. But there you go. So it's not really, but it's sort of, actually there's been a few others sort of like that, actually, thinking about it, like from live concerts where they've recorded live concerts. But anyway, I digress. Let me know in the comments if you've had any sort of experiences like that, or your own sort of stuff where you've seen live recordings or witnessed them, or even you were on the screen. Like I used to tell people, like, I'm in that video clip. If you sort of look in the distance there, but I wasn't my clear image. Maybe that's a good thing. But anyway, now Justin here, Justin Wellington. Now he says over the years he has also recorded. It's interesting. He's sort of telling them why. Maybe this is sort of a more humble approach, because I guess you don't really read things like this about music, stars. I don't know if that's the word, but music artists or film artists and that sort of stuff. You don't really see things written like this. It may be the style of the publication, or it may be, I don't know, maybe like a humble sort of approach to present this information. So he says over the years, he's also recorded hits like Fire. I wonder if that's like, I'm assuming Fire and then there's a comma. I'm assuming that means there's the next song. Normally it would be, but it would be funny if the song was called Fire, Much Love, Help Me Up. That would be a great name for a song. How it would go would be interesting. But anyway, the Fire. I wonder if it's like the Jimi Hendrix Fire. That would be interesting. Anyway, Much Love, Help Me Up. Okay. So imagining what that was going to sound like. But anyway, you don't want to hear me sing. And Into the Light. Into the Light. That's it. It's funny, like when you hear names of songs, sometimes you go, oh yeah, that sort of sounds like a song that I know. At least it sounds like lyrics and stuff. But anyway, with Alison Joyce, which can be heard on FM 96 and Legend FM. I assume these are radio stations in Fiji. Wellington says the video, which he's currently shooting, is one of his older songs named Runaway. Why is he filming? Maybe it's one of his older songs in the sense that he recorded it or he wrote it a long time ago, but it's only now he's actually releasing it and that sort of stuff. Or maybe it's for a movie or something, and he's doing that. I'm not sure what this sound is here, so I'm not going to play this. But yes, this could either be Jimmy speaking. Jimmy, that's right. Jimmy or James? Oh my God, my memory's terrible. Jimmy or James? Justin. Sorry, Justin. Um, he says it was so impressive that he, along with Mangrove Productions, they like naming giving the credits. I always wonder, like in the rest of the world, like imagine, like say for example, imagine you've been to a restaurant. You're in a restaurant. In fact, you're in a restaurant. You're presented the dish and you eat everything, and then at the end you get like this sheet or something, and it tells you who the chef was, who the person who did the preparation was, who did the washing up, who did the cutting, the slicing, the baking, the whatever, who poured the drinks. Imagine if you had all of the credits for all of the people in the restaurant, or the supermarket. It's an interesting thing how I guess it's the same thing like in terms of like tipping, for example, how we tend to tip. How I guess it's a I don't say accepted practice, but sometimes accepted or encouraged or whatever. It's a practice that happens in some places, but like obviously restaurants, hotels, so like hospitality sort of places, they have like a tipping culture. But like if you're in a supermarket, or if you're in a excuse me, if you're selling, I don't know, just regular goods and stuff, you wouldn't normally get a tip. That's a curious sort of thing, and it's the same sort of thing with credits. I think the only thing you really see credits for are things that are, well, somewhat artistic, but mainly movies, TV, that sort of stuff, and music. I don't, because even like with say artworks, like paintings and stuff, you'll see obviously the artist, but you don't see, who made the paints, who sort of helped the painter along the way, and they just say like, I don't know, lilies on canvas or something like that. I don't know, but do you know what I mean? It's interesting how with different areas of life, certain things are done. Well, I say it's interesting for me. I think it's a very curious sort of thing. But like I say, wouldn't it be I don't know, a curious thing if you're in a restaurant and they gave you the list of people for the credits, or if you're in the supermarket, you get that list of credits, or wherever. I suppose you see it with books sometimes, because books, or sometimes all the time. I think they have like the author, but then they also have like the thank yous and that sort of stage. So I guess that's a little bit different, isn't it? Because that's actually the author thanking these people, as opposed to just a list of credits. It's interesting, or poignant difference, we could say, that it's a different sort of style of thing. One is to say thank you. I wonder if it would be different if you actually had. Imagine at the end of a movie. Maybe this has been done. I don't know. At the end of a movie, imagine if they actually had like the photos of the people, or the people talking, or like the groups of the people, or say like, "Hi, I'm Tony, and I did the gaffer." I'm not sure exactly what a gaffer does, but I did the gaffering. And say, "Hey, I'm Elizabeth, and I was the electrical person," and so on. That would be a nice sort of thing. Or some of the stars. If they introduce them, so that this is sort of like at in the theatre, when they sort of, it's the main people who come out first for the applause at the end, and then that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But I think it's mainly only the people on stage. I don't think the people off stage ever come on for applause. Like you wouldn't have like the costume people, or the I don't know, the people with the props and stuff, they don't normally come on, do they? I think that's right to say. But then again, they're probably written in the book. If you get the book, maybe that's the different thing, isn't it? With the movie, you don't have to sort of see it, I guess, but it's there for everyone to see without having to pay extra. Whereas in the theater, you have to buy a book to see the credits. Normally, I think normally, but I digress. Okay, so he says it was so impressive. Oh, by the way, hello. If you want to have a chat, just let me know in the comments. We can have a chat, practice English, all that sort of stuff. That's what we're here for. We're here for English language practice. And while I'm the only one speaking, that's only me practicing English. But that's what happens sometimes. But the invitation is there. If you're around when the live streams are on, or as you can see, like the little ticker at the bottom, if you want to arrange a particular time, who knows what could happen. But so he says it was so impressive that he, along with Mangrove Productions, the label that released the song, liked it so much that they wanted to do a re-release of DJ Drishant's version. Okay, this could be like that. Remember that song? It's Like That. Wasn't that like a well? Actually, it's Like That. There was also again with Yothu Yindi, the Aboriginal group that I was talking about before. They had a song called Treaty, and that was remixed. And it was with those, like with the It's Like That. And there's been some other famous ones. I can't remember now, but it's like the actual original. It's like the Justified and Ancient. If you remember that back in the that would have been late '80s, I guess, with that's Tammy Wynette and the KLM. That was well, see, I'm not sure that's the same. That was just an album version and then a single version, because they used to do that, but. I'm not sure. You don't really have that now, do you? Now you do. I mean, now obviously you have remixes, but I'm not sure if you have like an actual album version as such, or if people even really buy albums that much these days, apart from sort of rock bands and stuff. But anyway, the Australian-based artist says he will be meeting up with DJ Drishan today. Well, today is that today? Today? Maybe it's already happened. Maybe what day was this? This was well, okay. Well, so that's already happened, based on the timeline that we have here and the information that we have. So, but at the time of writing, he will be meeting up. So if we look at the grammar there, that's good sort of grammar analysis. He will be meeting up, but now he will have met up with DJ Drishant. To finish the music video as it was produced in Fiji. So okay, so I guess the music, I'm confused because the music video is already finished. So it was produced as opposed to it is being produced in Fiji. So I'm not sure if the actual music video is finished or it is finishing or how that works. But anyway, this is sometimes where, if you get too picky with the grammar, it can sometimes get a little bit confusing. But let's just assume there's something. So they're doing the video. What's his name? Justin is going to meet up with DJ Drishan. They're going to do the finishing touches, let's say. So maybe most of the shots have been done, but maybe they're just doing other bits and pieces. And it says in this music video, they want to showcase Suva to the world. Let's have a look at Suva, shall we? Now I'm just going to jump onto this is Google Images. So these are the first images that come up for Suva. What's the best way I should do this? Maybe I should Uh, I think what the best way to do this is. Anyway, um, it sort of looks. I don't know what it looks like. It looks sort of. I don't know what to say. I was going to say colonial French, but maybe that's completely wrong. Um, when you have street markets, I guess when you have street markets, they look somewhat similar in many places. In these street markets, I have to say it's pretty good. Everything is above the ground. You see many street markets where you actually have the produce on the ground or on a blanket. I guess it depends on the type of produce as well. Good to see as well that they've got the ATM in the middle of the market, so that's good. If you run out of cash, you can get some pretty quickly. Uh, this is, I guess, well, I'm guessing, one of the main streets of Suva. Um, what else are there? It, I don't know, it just sort of, it has I don't know, when you see the buildings, it looks sort of, I don't know, it sort of looks colonial. Actually, do you know what it reminds me of? It sort of reminds me a little bit of uh, um, a more gentrified South America in some ways. Uh, just with some of the styles of the buildings and stuff, and the way that but then again, I guess the way the streets are set up, it's not too uncommon. This looks like this could also be the angle, though it does look like with that wall on the left there, that could be quite a steep street, so that could be good to uh, to to work out that sort of stuff. There seems to be a river of some sort running through the middle of Suva, so it would be interesting. I wonder if there's what other pictures do they have here? So I mean, obviously, like when we think of Fiji, I guess when things that come to mind are things like beaches and that sort of stuff. And I guess this, and well, I guess yes, it's sort of like I guess maybe that's what it is. It looks like a country, a big country town could indeed be what it is. Interesting, they've got a place there called Sydney Bargains. They've got like the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge and stuff. And they've got a lot of shops that actually look like sort of Sydney. And they've got Shanghai Seafood House. It's really, I guess, in a way, you look at this could almost be anywhere, really. Like when you look at the shops and stuff. But I guess when they're going to be showcasing Suva, it's going to be more like this. They're going to be talking about. I wonder if this would work. So that volume down. So I guess they're going to be talking about the. See if we bump this speed up. So I guess the sites like we see here. There we go. It's a bit nicer. So I guess this is. Oh, actually, you can't see that. So I've shown the wrong thing here. Okay, let's go over here. So I guess it's showing these sorts of sites. I guess maybe this is what they're showcasing in the video about Suva. And it does look pretty spectacular. It would be very nice if they had that sort of high vision, like with the helicopter or the drone, or so. I suppose it used to be all helicopters, but yes, now it's drones. Get the whitish sandy beaches, the beautiful mountains, and the tropical views and aspects and that sort of stuff. These houses, look at that. That's an incredible little village there, isn't it? That's the way they've styled that is very. I knew it's like they've just sort of placed the houses like they're all sort of together in a way, rather than like with different streets and space. But yes, so maybe this is what they're generally showing, these bits of Suva. What do you think of Suva? Have you ever been to Suva? I've never been to Suva. I don't know. What's a spectacular photo? Look at that. Look at those images. Say photo. video, isn't it? But wow, that's pretty spectacular. Pretty spectacular indeed. It's pretty amazing. So I don't know. I mean, Suva could be interesting. It looks like there was like a bit of redevelopment. So a lot of these buildings seem to be maybe 2-3 stories. Although there's some there. Maybe that's more getting towards the touristy sort of area. So that's a bit high. That one obviously is very high there, but most of the buildings seem to be relatively low, except for some. Which is sort of like a pointless sentence. So they're all pretty low rise, except for some which are high rise. But that's the beauty of language, isn't it? We can say some ridiculous things sometimes. That looks like a sporting field, and of course they've got. I guess Suva would be the place to see if you want to see Fiji rugby. And I guess I'm not sure how often the national team plays, but maybe you could see like the sevens. Maybe they got some sevens tournaments and that sort of thing. That's a big pool. Look at that. There's some sevens tournaments, or possibly even like some local games and stuff. That could be quite entertaining. I think they do rugby union and rugby league in Fiji. I think they've got like a mixture of both. We saw this before, so it seems like we're repeating a little bit. I'm not sure how big Fiji is, but nor do I know how many islands are in, because I think it is, isn't it? It's the Fiji Islands. So I think there's what's that down the bottom there? Is that like a little tourist village with little sort of cabins or tents? Look at that. Look at that water. That looks amazing. You got the boat running into the seaplane there. What's going on there? Don't crash. That was a bit scary for a second. But yes, I have to say I'm not sure if hiking and bushwalking and that sort of stuff is a common thing there, but it looks like a lovely place to do that. Certainly from those images, it looked very good. Okay, so let's. Where are we? Back at this article. Where were we? So Wellington, who has been to Fiji many times, so he's going to know where the spots are. Our singer friend has been to Fiji many times before. Says he has explored the West quite a bit, but there is still something left that he wants to do. Oh, what could that be? What would he want to do? That could be a good question. I have no idea. I'm going to assume it's to go to the east and the north and the south, maybe. But I don't know. What doesn't say? That's the end. Oh, I don't know. Maybe this was the thing. I need to listen to these 18 seconds here, and that's going to tell me. Let's have a.
One thing that really fascinates me about seeing Fiji is like you can see this amazing interior that looks so mountainous and rugged and covered in forest, and it just looks incredible. If I ever get to come back and spend at least some quality time, that's one place I would love to learn more about and go and see the interior of Viti Levo.
Well, okay, we got our answer there. So we did have to play. We did have to play the audio to get the answer. They wouldn't. They're not gonna write it. This is really interesting because I don't know. Normally, you see this a lot now because they do like the Twitter.com posts and stuff. So they show the image, but sometimes the images don't load, so they write down the text. So if you read the image and then you read the text, you read the same thing twice, and there's a lot of repeating in a lot of online articles and stuff. So this is like the opposite. It's like you have to listen to listen to the rest of the media to actually get the answer. So he wants to see some of the interior and, like we were saying, like do the walking and stuff. So that's fantastic. Well, I might actually, it's already on my list, I have to say. Actually, every country that I haven't visited is on my list of places to go. So it's a very big list. But yes, certainly I might bump Fiji up a few places. I don't know. I don't actually have like a list of order exactly, but I think it could be interesting to listen to. to listen to see. But maybe you can go and see Fiji and listen to Justin. Is that his name? Justin Wellington um, and his song "While You're in Fiji." All right, so that's the story from Fiji Village. That's a bit of chatter and stuff in English. Remember, so the idea here is we want to practice English, speak English as much as we can. At this stage, it's just me speaking. But if you ever want to speak, you've got the email scrolling across the bottom, or you can always write in the comments. Let me know if you want to speak English, what you want to speak about. It's really important that whenever you see something like this, so in this case, this is just a random article. So we just decided to look at Fiji today, and this is one of the news stories from Fiji. But it's one of those things that when you use any particular type of input, any type of resource, you got to try and use it, and that's how it's going to become effective when you're learning and developing your English skills. So one thing is just to read it and go, okay, I understand it, and maybe there might be a couple of words or combinations. You go, okay, that's interesting. But if you don't use any of it, it's very limited in terms of what it's actually going to do for you. You need to actually activate it. So you need to, if you see new words, you got to try and use some of those words. If you're very comfortable with all of the language that you're seeing in there, make comments, talk about, similar to what I've been doing. Talk about your own experience, pose questions, think about alternatives. If it's mentioning some places or people or facts or whatever, explore them, question them, double check to see if it's correct. When they were talking about the landscape and the views of Suva and that sort of stuff in Fiji, go and have a look and talk about it. What can you see? What would you do there? Is it an interesting place for you to go and see and experience? So this is what we want to try and do. Use whatever sort of resources you have access to and use it. And that's the way to develop your English language skills. Okay, we're going to leave it there for today. Thank you very much for joining and listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all those sorts of things. Hope you have a great day. Enjoy your English. Enjoy your English speaking adventures, I guess. Why not? It's a great thing to adventure and explore the world, even if it's only virtually. To explore the world and use English as you go around the world and learn about different things, read about different things, listen to different things. Okay, that's me for today. Hope you have a good one. Until next time, take it easy. Have a good one.